What's up, Lorehounds? iTZKooPA here. I'm here with Todd Harris, CEO of Hi-Rez Studios. We're actually checking out some tribes. So you guys actually just put out a new update. What were you focused on for that one?
Yeah, that was the Blitz update. So we tend to hit a class with most updates. So we hit Technician class. We gave them a brand new turret, which is a lot of fun, new guns, an automatic repair kit. We also introduced a new game mode, Blitz, which we've had a lot of fun playing in the studio. It's like capture the flag, but every time I capture your flag stand moves. So it makes you change up the ski routes. The flag actually tends to move. The flag stand moves to some area that's a little easier, or harder, I should say, for the enemy to attack, easier for you to defend. So more towards the indoors or against a wall. So that tends to make matches a little more interesting also. And we added a couple new maps to the quick play queue. So it was a pretty significant update for us.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a big update. You also did some UI stuff in the background, right? I mean, we have the new ticker at the bottom and stuff like that.
Yeah, we continue to tweak the UI. So ticker lets us promote things like tournaments or community events or community websites, as well as new items in the game and that sort of thing.
So I actually, with Blitz, with the hopping of the flag point, I thought that would almost be, you know, you can't turtle, basically. You can't just lock down that single flag point and just turtle the whole time. But you're actually saying because of the width, the places it moves to, it can make it more difficult?
It can. I mean, we're gonna, we played with how the flag moves on different maps, but in one map, for instance, the final flag is really indoors in a really confined area, which does lead to turtling and a different type of gameplay. But like personally, I think that's fun sometimes. I mean, it's a lot of AOA spam in there, but that can be fun versus just the super quick flag runs, you know, and the same routes that can get repetitive. So we'll try different things with different maps, but on the 3 that we put out, it seems to be being really well received.
So is that partly to give, so if they're losing, then their flag moves to more defendable? Is that to give the team a chance to be able to keep it a little more even?
That was kind of the idea. So, you know, it could end up in more stalemates, but we actually thought it could be a more competitive and more interesting way to play capture the flag. So as a flag capper, you don't just have to learn one route, you know, or multiple routes, but for one point, you actually have to think about the multiple pickup points and figure out your routes. And same from the defense, you know, you've got to reset each time. So the thought in our mind was more variability and actually make it a little more competitive.
How have you guys been doing in the eSports scene? We know you added the last time we talked, you were talking about the custom servers and how people could use that for whatever they want. How's that playing out for you guys?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, you were at Gamescom. You saw probably that we had a lot of stuff going on with Smite as well as Tribes. And so, yeah, we continue to see really big interest in tournament providers and league providers. A while back, we enhanced the spectator camera, so we introduced a first-person spectate camera into the game. So we're going to continue to support that scene as long as there's teams. And in fact, there's a New Bloods tournament that's community organized that's coming up, which will hopefully do exactly that, get some players kind of from the casual pub scene into the competitive for people that are into that.
So you guys you mentioned you've been working on the spectator cam. Are you guys looking to do a lot of shoutcasting and stuff? We know Hi-Rez Bart has been doing a bunch of stuff for Smite, streaming every day this week so far. Are you going to, you know, keep pushing that?
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's an audience for that, and right now we see that certainly with Tribe. So we invested in the spectator camera. We've seen good tournaments come out from that. And so, yeah, Bart is busy. He's shoutcasting just about every day.
So what do we have for the future updates coming in for Tribes that you're allowed to, you know, just open up just a hair to us and tease?
Well, in the near term, you know, we're going to look at obviously more content, and so a class that I don't think we visited recently is the Sentinel or the Sniper class. So maybe in the near term, Crystal Ball. That's a class that's either loved or hated, depending on what side of the sniper bullet you're on. But beyond that, you know, there's actually a big focus for us at the studio at taking Tribes and getting it into more countries through language support.
One of the big parts of Tribes, aside from skiing and just killing each other all the time, which is incredibly fun, has always been the vehicles that are there, to, especially on these massive maps you guys have been putting out. To get across the map, half the time I just get a motorbike and just drive across and then abandon the thing. Yep. Are you looking to add more vehicles in these upcoming patches?
Not in the short term. You know, we actually prototyped a vehicle or two, and people may have harvested them from the assets at one point and speculated, but we did some play testing with them, and while, you know, they would have added something, we thought it didn't really fit the gameplay. I mean, I think that the vehicles that we have, they complement the core gameplay of skiing and jetpacking pretty well, but we don't want to go too far in that direction and really change the nature of the game. So for now, we're more focused on kind of the vehicles that we have and new toys for you to play with your classes.
I mean, Tribes looking great. I mean, the community just keeps growing. There's always a line for Tribes at all these shows, so I don't think you guys are having too much problems making what people want. It's more just keeping them coming, keeping them coming.
Just keeping it coming fast enough. You know, we've got a tight team. We try to look at the requests and get to them as quickly as we can. But yeah, the booth's been back. We've got a nice shoutcasting setup with Bart and others. We've actually got quite a few of the professional players. Some of the top players really from the US are here and helping other people, kind of coaches, if you will, getting into their first time Tribes experience for many of them. And we're going to have some good competitive matches as well. So expect a good time this year at PAX.
It's always a pleasure, Todd. Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks, man.
Is there anything specific you wanted to